Share something that inspired me from the Daf and Kuftet Zayin at 117. We learned in the Mishnah a machlokas about whether Charoses is an actual mitzvah object of the Seder. Is it like the matzah the mar? Is it an actual mitzvah object, or is it just to neutralize the poison of the marar? The Gemara brings an extended discussion of this, in which Rabbi Elazar Rabbi Tzadok Kacha Yomi Tagari Charach Yerushalayim. Rabbi Tzadok relates that the window vendors of Yerushalayim would, before Pesach, hawk their wares, selling the different charoses, spices, and here's what they would say: "Bo utelu lachem tavlen lemitzvah." Come and buy some charoses spices, lemitzvah, for a mitzvah. So, it seems like a nice anecdote. The halachic value of this seems dubious. What should we make of what the vendors would say lemitzvah? Why is that significant? Maybe it's just a nice anecdote. But no, if you look in Rabbeinu Chananel, he says, "Behavi raya lidvarav." From this report of Elazar Rabbi Tzadok is bringing a proof to his view that Charoses is an actual mitzvah. So I think it's a powerful illustration of the concept of Minig Yisrael Tara. We as a nation have a siyata d'shmaya. Hashem helps us that we find our way and we hit the target. We do what's right. We have an intuition for the MS, and that in combination with Hashem's help, we find the right way. And so you could take something that these quote-unquote simple Jews say, the way they speak. If they call it a mitzvah, that means something. You can even prove a halacha from there. I remember my Zayd alav Shalom. He wasn't particularly a Talmud Chacham, but he would relate a story about someone in his family had to do a get mitzvah. I wasn't familiar with that concept, but once I got older and started learning Gemara, I saw in the Gemara what he was referring to. In the case where if they don't have children, after a while it could become a mitzvah to do a get. But the idea is that we should pay attention to what Klal Yisrael does, and certainly not to react with criticism and questioning why people are doing this. We should approach it with the attitude of curiosity and with the realization that we may have understood the halacha a certain way, but we might look into it based on Minig Yisrael and realize that there is a whole new basis in the Masarah for that we weren't aware of. That's, I believe, the right attitude to have when you're surveying different traditions, different customs of Klal Yisrael. Again, that comes from the fact that we're Hashem's beloved people, and He helps us find the right way, and the Yiddish neshama has an inclination to find the MS, and so that's something we could appreciate and derive value from, even potentially learn halachas from.